So, Jersey Joe, you're on the run?
We are on the run.
Can we join you?
You come on with us, man. You got to rock and roll New York City style, baby. Here we go.
Okay, we'll join you. Okay, so Joe, thank you for hosting us here.
Yoni, good to see you, my friend.
You're between radio and TV. Where are you off to?
Going to do Fox News. We do Fox Business Network, actually, because it's primary day in my home state of New Jersey. So I got to go vote, man. I got to go vote. So I can't. This is my dilemma. I'm gonna kind of try it out for you guys before I go to Fox News, because I'm a lifelong Democrat. I left the Democratic Party because I'm a little disillusioned politically with what's happening, including the lack of support for Israel, if I may say that, you know. And then, so do I go home and do? But in New Jersey, if you're an independent, which I am now, you have to re-register before you vote in the primary today. So do I re-register as a Democrat and vote for Bernie Sanders?
That would be what? As a demonstrative vote?
Exactly right. Anti-Hillary vote. Oh, Hillary's great, by the way. Hillary's very smart, and I don't hate Hillary. I just think if you're a Democrat, Bernie's a little more pure. I think what I'm going to do, I never thought I would do it. This is a monumental day. I'm glad that you're here to record this, and I think we're going to register as a Republican. Oh, I never thought I'd say those words. A Republican. I can't quite get it out of my mouth. But you know what? And vote for the Donald just to, you gotta vote. In America, it's a great right. You know, it's a great democracy. You gotta vote. But you know, can I talk to you about the super delegates too? What a ripoff that is. What is that? Like Hillary's gonna go in. You know, Hillary's gonna go in on the Democratic side because of the super delegates.
There's a problem with the system.
Yeah, it's rigged. Donald Trump is right. It's so rigged. What about the direct democracy? Direct democracy.
A few words about what you're doing these days. We remember you from more entertainment, and now it's more news, or everything. Yeah. If it's a big salad.
Yeah, big salad. But you know what? I'm working. You know what I mean? I'm from Saturday Night Live. Always proud to be from Saturday Night Live, which is one of the great shows, one of the great iconic shows, and with great humility, working with great Eddie Murphy and Lorne Michaels, producer. Just had a great time with that. So off of that, I work every weekend. I do a live show. Where we go do a lot of some Frank Sinatra-based music, some swinging tunes. Fly me to the moon, let me swing among those stars. So I do a lot of that, and then I do personal appearances. We're big into nonprofit work, working with inner city kids. I'm the spokesperson for the Boys and Girls Clubs of New Jersey. But now they said we could do radio, so I went. That's my degree, is broadcasting. You know, I have a college degree in broadcasting. I said, yeah, I could do that. Well, we jumped on the radio on the AM 970, The Answer, Salem Media's flagship station in New York.
So what? And now it's not only entertainment; it's also news.
You got to do Phil Boyce is our program manager. He's a legend. So Phil goes, you got to stay with the news, but they let me do whatever I want, and it's a very conservative kind of station, but they let me say what I want and have fun, and we joke about it, but you can't make up in America now. You can't make up the politics. Donald Trump, Bernie Sanders, Hillary. You could if you and I sat here, Yoni,
we're living in a skit.
Yeah, you're exactly right. A dream skit. I want to build a shrine to the politicians, man. You can't
Who wrote this?
Who wrote? And then you wake up and you go, they caught El Chapo, and how did they catch El Chapo? It was Sean Penn. You can't make that up. I would not think of that. In my comedic mind, Sean Penn captures El Chapo.
Throughout your broadcasts, you're also conveying the message of support for Israel.
Yeah.
How does this go? I mean, first of all, where does it come from?
You know, it's a good question. Staunchly support the state of Israel. I was brought up with all Jewish buddies down the Jersey Shore, actually. They were all from Philly, and I didn't know as a kid. It's the first time I heard of the Holocaust. It's the first time I heard there were tattoos, that human beings were tattooed and slaughtered to the degree that they were. My father was a hero in the Second World War, but you didn't really hear about it. As much as you should have, by the way, in school. You just didn't hear about it. I found out from my friends. I had a buddy who was Jewish, whose in-laws were in the Holocaust. Then I had an Orthodox friend, so I'd go over, and they wouldn't use electricity on the Sabbath. They had the two sets of plates. They were kosher. I couldn't sit between them. It was a whole... And then my buddy, Michael Katz, I give him a plug on the air, Dr. Katz, not Dr. Katz, because he did good. He would go to the synagogue Fridays. He would go to the Friday service, right? Then I go, wow. And then Saturday morning, he was up. He was up at service. And then he brought bagels, fresh, warm bagels. And I got introduced.
You see what it is about being Jewish? You talk about the prayer, and then the same sentence you're talking about bagels. Come on.
Food.
Spirituality and culinary to go together.
The Italians and the Jews, they always say it. So I got introduced to the religion, and I just love the commitment to the heritage. And so I am biased when people ask me, can you be objective about Israel? I can't. You have to support staunchly, without question, unapologetically, the state of Israel, and that comes from my friends. And then, I want to accept everybody, but when I first heard about other groups and terrorists, it was during the Munich massacre. That's when I first heard about it. I mean, I don't know who came up with that horrible, that terrible idea of slaughtering innocent Israeli athletes. Because as an American, you're going, there's no way you could explain that. There's no way you could say, well, this is a just cause, because there's no cause that is worthy of that horror.
So what are we going through in terms of the public opinion and the current agenda of the leadership in Washington? It's different. I mean, you probably also hear responses into your broadcast sometimes against Israel. So where does it all come from?
Yeah, I can't figure it out these days. There's an anti-Semitic rise, not unlike there was in pre-war Germany. Very, very similar. We talk about it a lot. So on the radio show, I make sure I unapologetically support Israel, because I think it's important to do that now. And again, remembering everybody, and can we work out something? Will the Israelis work out something to bring peace in the Middle East? Sure, but I'm not feeling the support from Washington. And help me, again, like I say to my audience, help me out. Am I missing something here? If I was Barack Obama, I wouldn't keep Bibi Netanyahu, whether you like him or not in Israel, and I hear you. But whether you got the head of Israel in the White House, and President Obama leaves him there and goes up to dinner? No. I went to Israel last year. Hey, you think my Italian guys invited me to Italy? No. You think the Italians called and said, Joe, come to Rome? No. Excuse me.
Say that when you visit Israel, you really learn, really see it from up close.
Yeah, maybe you could explain to me the spirituality that you feel in Jerusalem. You can't explain it.
Listen, I've been here for a week and I miss Israel, mainly now, at this point, for the spirituality.
Yeah.
Mainly. It's missing.
It is.
Just a few words back to politics. So, throughout the ride now, have you made any decision? Things changed? I don't know. You mentioned so many people and everyone's good.
I'm writing in Benjamin Netanyahu. There's my guy. We need a guy, want a tough guy like that. And I know half of Israel maybe not agree with me, but I'm going back to Israel. I would like to. I actually had dinner with Bibi Netanyahu and just have immense respect for him, and just like this whole approach to politics. I'm speaking for myself. But you know what? I'll got to go home. I'm breaking it here on Israeli on this Israeli website here. You know what? I'll vote. I got to vote for the Donald. I want to vote for Bernie as an anti-Hillary vote, but I'll register as a Republican.
Hey, you're going to Fox now. It's not as so far from that, man.
I go. Fox takes me in. They put me on Salem Media. I'm I'm an independent.
Can you say the word Democratic in Fox? I think it's also like.
No, they get on me. They go, oh, here comes Bernie's guy. They go, here comes. I go, what? I like Bernie Sanders. I like fringe guys. I like the guys that are like outside the machine. And you know what? I don't want to disrespect Hillary Clinton either, because she is so remarkably smart and savvy and able, and top of her game, by the way. But she's the machine, man. And I don't want. That's what I like about Donald.
You want something different?
Yeah, man. If you're a Democrat, let it be Bernie, and if you're a conservative, let it be Donald Trump, because he's outside the machine. And they're afraid down there in Washington. What's going to happen is they're going to upset it. Politics is an industry. In any country, it's an industry. It's the powerful just get together. They have jobs. It's lawyers. It's lobbyists. They don't really care much for us. They get the best health care plans, and it's an industry. When Donald goes down there, if and when he's elected, everything will change. And that's what they're afraid of.
Okay, Jersey Joe, thank you very much.
Nice to talk to you, man. I'll see you in Tel Aviv. Let's do a concert. I talked to my friends at Frank Sinatra, my idol. Jersey born, Italian, New Jersey, Hoboken, New Jersey. Hava, Nagila, Hava, Nagila, hey, it's a cuckoo, Nagila. You know what? We'll do a concert in Tel Aviv. We'll see you there. See you in Tel Aviv.
See you there.
We'll swing there.